I didn't expect to see her again. Not after the way it ended. But there she was, 2 months after the divorce, standing on my doorstep in the same sweater I once bought her, rain dripping from her hair, her eyes hollow in a way I'd never seen before. "Michael," she whispered, "I need to tell you the truth about everything." And just like that, the wound I'd been stitching shut tore wide open again. Before the fall. For most of our 7-year marriage, I thought Rachel and I were solid. Not perfect, no marriage is, but solid. We had routines that comforted me. Saturday mornings at the farmer's market, Sunday evening walks around the lake, coffee together before work. We argued, sure, but it always ended with her hand sliding into mine, her forehead pressed against my chest. I trusted her the way a man trusts the ground beneath his feet. Without thinking. Without question. That was my first mistake. It began small. She grew more distracted, more distant. Her phone became a permanent extension of her hand. She worked late. She smiled less. When I asked, she said, "Just stress. I'll be fine." But deep down, I knew something was off. The night I found the messages, my heart nearly stopped. She was asleep beside me, phone buzzing on the nightstand. Normally, I wouldn't have touched it. But that night, God help me, something inside pushed me. The texts were from someone named Ethan.
"Can't stop thinking about last night.
"When can I see you again? He doesn't deserve you. I love you." And her replies.
They gutted me.
"Soon. I miss you too. I'll figure it out." I remember staring at the screen while she breathed softly next to me. My wife. My Rachel. The woman I built my world around. It felt like falling off a cliff. The confrontation. The next morning, I couldn't hold it in. "Who's Ethan?" I asked, my voice too calm for the fire burning in my chest. She froze. Her spoon clinked against her coffee mug. Her eyes darted everywhere, but at me. "He's just a friend from work," she lied, too quickly. "Don't," I snapped. I saw the messages. The color drained from her face. She opened her mouth, closed it, then whispered, "I'm sorry." Those 2 words shattered everything. The fight that followed is still a blur of raised voices, tears, accusations, and silence. She admitted it. She'd been seeing him for months. She said she didn't mean for it to happen. She said she was confused, lonely, that I hadn't been present enough. I wanted to scream that I had been there, that I'd given her everything I could. But what was the point? The damage was already done. 3 weeks later, I filed for divorce. Aftermath. The weeks that followed were a haze. Papers signed. Lawyers involved. Friends choosing sides. The house we'd built together felt like a crime scene, every corner haunted by memories. The couch where she once fell asleep in my lap. The kitchen where she'd danced barefoot while cooking. The bed where she'd whispered, "Forever."
Gone.
All of it. I packed what I could, left the rest, and moved into a small apartment on the edge of town. It was quiet. Too quiet. At night, the silence pressed down like a weight, and I wondered if I'd ever breathe normally again. But time, stubborn and steady, kept moving. I started jogging in the mornings. I joined a local book club just to get out of the apartment. I even started laughing again, though it felt strange, like wearing a jacket that didn't quite fit. And then, 2 months later, the knock came. The visit. When I opened the door, Rachel looked nothing like the woman who'd betrayed me. She looked broken. "Can I come in?" she asked. Every instinct screamed no. Slam the door. Protect yourself. But my heart, traitorous as ever, stepped aside. She sat on the edge of my couch, fidgeting with her hands. I stayed standing, arms crossed. "What do you want, Rachel?" I asked. Her lips trembled. "I need to tell you the truth. About Ethan. About everything." I almost laughed. The truth? After all this time? She winced but pressed on. The truth. She told me Ethan wasn't just a coworker. He was her manager. He'd been pursuing her for months before she gave in. At first, it was flattering. He said all the things she wanted to hear, that she was brilliant, beautiful, underappreciated. It felt like someone finally saw me again. she said, tears spilling down her face. And I was stupid enough to believe him. Then her voice dropped. Michael, he wasn't what I thought. He controlled me. He made promises he never kept. He pressured me to leave you faster, said if I didn't, he'd tell everyone at work. I thought I loved him, but it wasn't love, it was manipulation. She covered her face. When you found out, I thought maybe it was meant to be. Maybe he really was my future. But once I left you, he changed. He stopped calling. He pulled away. And last week, I found out he's married. With 2 kids. Her words landed like stones in my chest. I should have felt vindicated, triumphant even. Instead, I just felt empty. So what? I said coldly. You want sympathy? You want me to say it's okay? That you were just a victim? Her tears came harder.
No.
I came to tell you that I ruined the best thing in my life. That I destroyed us. That I destroyed you. The wound reopens. Her confession ripped open every scar I'd been trying to heal. I wanted to yell, to ask how she could throw us away for a man who lied to her face. I wanted to shake her and ask why my love wasn't enough. But instead, I just sat there, staring at the woman I once would have died for. Rachel, I finally whispered. Do you know what it was like for me?
To find out like that?
To watch everything collapse while you ran into someone else's arms. She nodded, sobbing. I know. And I'll regret it every day for the rest of my life.
The choice.
She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Don't, I said sharply. You don't get to do that anymore. Her shoulders sagged. I wanted you to know the truth. And maybe, her voice cracked. Maybe to ask if there's any chance, someday, you could forgive me. The silence between us stretched, heavy and suffocating. Forgive her?
Could I?
I thought about the nights I cried alone, about the papers I signed with shaking hands, about the way she chose someone else over me. And I realized something. I didn't hate her anymore. But I also didn't love her. Not like before. She broke something that couldn't be put back together. I hope you find peace, Rachel, I said quietly. But you and we're done. There's no going back. Her face crumpled. She nodded, stood, and walked to the door. Before leaving, she whispered, You were the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm sorry I was too blind to see it. And then she was gone. After the storm, that night, I sat in the silence of my apartment, her words echoing in my head. Once, I would have given anything to hear her say she was sorry. But now, it felt hollow. Too late. The truth didn't set me free. It just reminded me why I needed to let go. As I looked out at the rain streaking down my window, I realized something important. The life we had was over. The man I was with her was gone. But the man I was becoming, the one who survived the betrayal, the divorce, the wreckage, he was still here. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough.